Alright, One Piece Chapter 1062, Adventure in the Land of Science. This is a spoiler warning for anybody who hasn't read the chapter. Go read the chapter, then come back here and chat with us. Come on. What are you doing here? Clicking on stuff that obviously says spoilers in the title. Anywho, this chapter takes off right where we left off. We see Vegapunk. And just like I thought, it's not the real Vegapunk. I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into this. This was what I thought it was. Some kind of robot, synthetic, clone, cyborg thing. Apparently there are 6 of them, satellites. This is number 2. They go right into it too. Robin's like, I thought Vegapunk was an old man. And she's like, well, of course. I am number 2, Punk 02. And anyway, she's basically holding them up, saying, you know, she got to fund her science projects. And yeah, goes ahead and tries to extort the Straw Hats. Like, look, how are you going to get out of here? I have all of these giant cyborg sea beasts. Now, these are not sea kings that are made us into cyborgs. These are just like the sea monsters that we see from time to time. Like the giant cow that was in Arlong Park, or that giant serpent thing that bit off Shanks' arm. That wasn't like a giant sea king like we saw in Fishman Island. That was just a regular sea monster, you know? Luffy took out tons of those in his adventures. Sanji, Zoro, all of them. They just wiped the floor with those things. And of course, somebody tones in over the... And just like those situations, Zoro is ready for action. And somebody's very aware. I don't know where they're watching from. There's obviously some camera somewhere. Maybe inside some of the cyborgs, you know, robotics. They have some cameras. They're like, hey, how about you don't try to extort them? Are you not looking at Roronoa Zoro? He's worth 1.111 billion berries. Look at him. He's so calm. He's ready to kill you in an instant. And apparently Robin was ready to throw down too. Had her hands up like this, just chilling, ready to go. I don't know if I would be relaxed around somebody that had their hands up like this all the time. That would probably throw me off. This is not like a chill way to relax. Anywho, getting on with it, the guy over the radio, or the person over the radio, says, hey, that's Emperor crew. I'm very interested in them. Bring them to me. And then we cut to the next scene, or the next setting or location, where we get back to, honestly, my favorite group of this little arc that's developing right now. Bonnie, Luffy, Chopper, and Jinbei. Bonnie, Chopper, and Luffy just have great chemistry. They are just kind of in sync. They are really chatty, so we get a little bit back and forth. Nothing too serious, just fun stuff, except for Bonnie. Bonnie does have some serious stuff that she's going on about. She does mention that she's here to talk to Vegapunk because of what he did to her father. Now, that's pretty cool. Now we got a little bit of confirmation about her age. We know that she's not an old lady like I thought. I thought she was an old lady who just got the age fruit and went down. I was thinking that it was like Kuma's great-grandmother or grandmother or something, and she didn't like what they were doing to her grandson, so she was coming after them with a whole pirate crew, and she turned all her old people young, all her old friends young, and they were all gonna... Anyway, that's what I thought. So now we see that it's his daughter, and yeah, like, that's, you know, pretty cool, pretty honorable. The daughter of the tyrant, like, I don't know what that's got to be about. I really want to know more about this setup. I've always wanted to know, but now it definitely makes me more intrigued. Love having Bonnie on with Luffy, and we get some funny things when they actually go in to see the town, and it's all futuristic buildings. Some of them look like rocket ships or flying saucers. They look like they could just take off at any moment and just go into outer space. We also see a giant robot facing off against a giant monster that has like little eyeballs at the top of its head, so it looks like an alien. And Luffy goes right after it. He's not even paying attention to what Bonnie's trying to talk to him about. She even mentions that she, you know, had a chat with Sabo, and now, don't worry, I'll tell you later. So there's something we're going to be finding out about Sabo later on too, which I'm excited for. Luffy jumps right up into that monster and flies right through its face. Everybody thought he got swallowed, but nope. Then they see this giant parfait or whatever, and they're very excited about it, and all 3 of them jump into it and go right through it. So they're dealing with holograms. Obviously, I caught on right away. I'm not bragging, you know, but it's obvious what was going on. And yeah, they're like, what is this? Nothing in this place is real. This is bullshit. And then they encounter this machine that looks like it has all of these food on it. They're like, oh, it's not real. And this lady comes up to them, a giant lady, and Luffy mentions that, she's pretty tall. She's as big as Kaido. And she goes to punch her because, of course, she's not real. Everything is a hologram, and it connects. And she punches him right back, landing a pretty solid blow and letting him fly into the machine where he starts making food come out of the machine. It just starts building these burgers and fry combos and hot dogs, and then they just go crazy and start pushing all the buttons, and it's just making stuff while the robot, the other Vegapunk number 6, is just explaining how they don't have the manpower or good enough crew members or skilled laborers to follow blueprints and mass produce these things. And then she goes up and punches the giant a monster that Luffy was trying to attack. And they're like, what? You can punch light? Anyway, I'm not going to sit here and talk about everything that happened. It was just really cool, the interactions that were going on inside this island. They talk about some of the tech. I'm very excited about it. Like, I can't wait for Frankie to learn more. He's going to probably be able to do so many more things. He even mentioned that before when they was talking to the other Vegapunk, that he spent the 2 years there and he still had so much more to learn. And that was on his old island. That was on Vegapunk's island when he was younger. So, I mean, imagine what he's going to learn from Vegapunk now. I mean, he's going to be able to take his tech up to a whole nother level. Maybe what I want to see him do, transform the Sunny into a giant robot. That'd be badass. Yeah, this chapter was pretty fantastic. And honestly, this is the end of where the chapter is really cool. It goes right into, them going to see a world government ship. And, I'm like, okay, let's see who's coming to save Kobe. But no, it's not anybody going to save Kobe, which is what I want to see. It's CP0, which at this point, I'm kind of tired of seeing CP0. I don't know about y'all, but CP9 was great. All right, Water 7 in his lobby, that was fantastic. Peak One Piece, right? Then you see them in Dressrosa. That was when you see them again, and you're like, CP0, huh? They have the masks on. They're gonna be cool, huh? What's that? And nothing really comes of that. And then we go and see them in Wano, and we're like, oh, finally we're gonna see what they're gonna be about. And they do nothing. They just talk the whole time. They're basically like, and they're not even really good exposition characters. They really don't say anything that I can remember as being impactful. What do we learn from the CP0 besides that one moment where Bob, I guess everybody's calling him Bob, with the bowler hat, gets his ass murdered by Kaido? Didn't even succeed in his plan. If anything, he made it worse. If he didn't stop him, we don't know. Maybe Luffy would have actually hit Kaido. Nah, I probably wouldn't have done anything to Kaido. Kaido was taking hits way after that from awakened zone Luffy. But anyway, he died for nothing. It was all meaningless. Like, nothing made any sense. I don't know. So I guess at this point, I'm just saying I'm tired of seeing CP0. This was the end of the panel. They show us that CP0 is on their way to kill Vegapunk, and they're breaking down that there's 6 satellites and then the main Vegapunk, so that's how we're going to take them out. And they have with them a secret weapon. Dun dun dun! It's Akuma Seraphim, which, honestly, I expected to see them eventually. I'm assuming that all of the original warlords are now Seraphim models, versions, because it probably takes a long time to, either if they're clones, grow them. And this one also doesn't look like a kid. He looks pretty big. So maybe he was like the original, since Vegapunk has been working on him for so long. But those are just my theories. I don't know. I didn't really like the way this one ended. I was kind of meh about how it ended. But overall, it was a good chapter. Definitely a step down from the past 5 or 6 chapters where you've just been getting banger after banger. I'm still excited to see more. I just want to see more of Vegapunk's island. I want to get more exposition from Vegapunk. But I was talking to a friend, and we were talking about how, it would be so cool to just, he probably knows everything. It would just be so cool to stay with him and learn everything. But that's probably the exact reason why we're not going to be here for very long. Vegapunk will probably just explain so much that all of the mysteries that we would ever want to see about One Piece are going to be solved just from this one character. There's just no way that Oda is going to allow that. That's just not his style. And I'm glad. That's why One Piece is so long. He's been keeping these mysteries churning for so long and introducing new ones and letting them be discovered in kind of organic ways. Now, if Vegapunk just sat here and explained every single thing, I wouldn't want to see the rest of the adventure, and I know Luffy wouldn't want to know all of this. So I don't think we're going to be here for very much longer. Yeah, that's just my thoughts. That's my thoughts on this chapter. Let me know what you thought about this chapter in the comments below. I'm curious to see what everybody else is thinking, and like this video if you like, and subscribe if you want to talk more about One Piece with us. Yeah, thanks. Peace out.